Hi friends, welcome back to Carpe Omnia After 60. I'm Annette, and this is where we seize everything. Carpe diem means seize the day, Carpe noctem means seize the night, and so we went with seizing everything. So Carpe Omnia includes sore muscles, changing hormones, and complicated family can I say the word? Complicated family dynamics. So thankful for a very smart husband who can figure out how to fix our very important skid steer, as it's a workhorse at our acreage. And that was one of the chores for the last few days.
It's the one that had broke. Well, it does fit.
Perfect.
So that's what I'm going to try to do.
I'm glad to see my gardening bench is coming in handy.
Yes, it's
For the
wonderful.
old knees.
Yes, for the old man knees. Success. It was a challenge, but I got it on.
Perfect. Now you can get to the honey-do list I have for you, right?
Exactly.
One of the items at the top of the honey-do list was to keep working on the round riding arena that we had for our horses. Now we do live on a giant hill of sand, and so Owen is just going back and forth, gathering up this beautiful beach sand and bringing it to an area in the paddock. And one of these days we're also going to head into Red Deer to pick up the fences and gates to make the riding arena so we can be working with our horses. We are also working along the fence that we built and rototillering a strip there so we can plant some lilac trees all along there. And in the spring I'll be popping in a bunch of really tall sunflower plants, and just to see how that all turns out. Zuko decided to come and help me dig up bulbs that we're going to store for the winter, the gladiolus bulbs, some dahlia bulbs, see what survives to plant again in the spring. And things were getting a little bit chilly, a little bit frozen. It was just time to get them out of there before the snow came for real. We did get a dump of snow, but it did melt. And so it was time to dig everything up. We are taking advantage of some of the nicer weather we're having. I checked the weather app and it's supposed to stay between, I don't know, -2, +15 Celsius. And so we're going to enjoy that while we can have it, because the weather's sure to turn anytime soon. I'm finding that I'm slowly acclimatizing to the cooler weather. I went out at about +5 this morning and I wasn't as cold as I was a little while ago. It's also the season to start bringing in all of the solar lights that I put around, especially the vacation rental. And it was really great to get Jasmine's help. Any extra arms is certainly welcome in tearing everything down. And again in spring, putting them all back up again. Turning off the little power supplies and just packing them away before it gets too frozen and you can't pull them out. Or before the snow falls and they get buried.
Where else is those little guys? Like these guys. Why are tell Good job, Mama. Thumbs up. Come on, Mom. Boy. So I just dumped it.
Yeah. Spread them out.
There's a lot of balls.
Yep. We'll see what grows in the spring.
These are cool.
Yeah, right now they just have to dry and then we'll put them in a box.
And yeah. Now I just shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up,
After last week's heavy video on family estrangement and the next one, which is going to be just the parent part of it, I decided to lighten up the mood a little bit because they're actually really quite heavy videos. And well, life isn't all depressing and terrible. There are some wonderful and fun things also. And this week I'm going to work on something a little lighter. So I'm setting intentions. Now this is deliberate because today I watched a video by Kim from Getting Bolder. Now Kim is just fabulous and I enjoy her channel a lot. And she talked about setting intentions instead of New Year's resolutions. Oh my God, I can't speak. It is late at night. I should be going to bed. But one of the intentions I had was to create this video, get it finished up tonight and ready to go tomorrow morning. So that's what I'm doing. Now I had all the plans in the world and then I got myself a migraine headache. And I knew that when we were going in to give Annie her supplements. And I was looking at her hooves to see, there's a little bit of a crack in one of the back ones. I wanted to see how it was doing. And I couldn't see it at all. And then suddenly the ziggy line started coming in and it's like, oh, here we go again. This is what I see when my migraine starts. And as it starts progressing along, it usually takes 40 minutes to get my vision to work right again. I get the kind that are, I think they're called hemiplegic migraines, where first there's the aura where you got blind areas in your vision. And then you get numbness down one side. And then when that all clears off, then the pounding headache and lots of tests and scans. And in the end of the day, the treatment is just pain medications that I take on board as soon as the aura starts and to get ahead of the headache that comes later. So that's why I'm doing this so late at night. Well, it's not that late at night. It's just, 8:30, but it's very dark. And I was just waiting till the headache lifted so I could speak coherently. And as you found out already, I'm not speaking too coherently at all. For my intentions, I'm just kind of aiming for this week for now. I'm working basically from the top of my head to all the way down. I did get a call from my very wonderful doctor, and he did get the results of the 24-hour monitor of my blood pressure back, and it showed that when I'm sleeping, I'm fine. When I'm awake, when he was testing, it was pretty high, and he was wanting to know again what I was doing to bring it up so high. And I mentioned I was turning over an entire vacation rental place, so I really gave it a workout. So in the end of the day, because it was kind of normally during sleep and in his office, I do have a blood pressure machine at home, and I'm just gonna check it a few times a day and just continue on the losing weight, taking my supplements and bringing it down. And if I can't, I'll give him a call and we'll figure something else out. I just wanted a medication that wasn't going to mess with my potassium. And he goes, there's not a whole lot that does that. So it's one of the reasons why I'm hesitant on going on this blood pressure meds. I'm also getting back into my music. I at one point played drums way back in church, in fact. Played piano, played guitar, and I have the ukulele, I have the ukulele, the mandolin, the banjo, got all the instruments. And so I'll be working on my music now, starting with that guitar, because I did crack it out a few weeks back and I quite enjoyed myself. And I'm also preparing an emotional battle armor, because I had a call from my cousin Willie. I've never met her. Now she belongs to a set of cousins that were a sibling set in my mom's family, married a sibling set in my dad's family. So these are double cousins to me. And I was friends with her sister Rosie, who's passed away. I was becoming friends with her sister Hap, who also passed away. Now, Willie played the role of a bit of a flying monkey, if you're familiar with that term, in my family. And I didn't appreciate it when she did that 2 years ago. Still, I'd never met her. And now she wants to meet me in person this year. And she says she's showing up on this coming weekend of the 25th. And so I'll see how it goes, but I'll be prepared, that's for sure. For me, life after 60 is about choosing energy, peace, and purpose, and being very mindful and deliberate in my choices that I make, because life is short and you just never know. And what brought that to mind was also this week, I received notice that a girl that I worked with at Rosefield passed away. She'd had cancer for the last year, and she passed away just a few days ago. And she's 2 years younger than me and seems so very healthy. And life is so short. And so just be very deliberate, be very careful, and do the best you can. And so, let's see. For my physical self, I'm going back to intermittent fasting. I was doing about 20 hours fasting, 4 hours of eating a day, doing the higher protein, the good fats, dropping the carbs, getting rid of the junk food. Now, when I do that, I do very, very well. And I kind of slid off the wagon, so to speak. And I was seeing myself gaining weight. And so far, I'm up 7 pounds. And I'm like, holy crap, I did not do that badly. But then I reminded myself I'm also going on creatine. And so they recommend for the first week that you kind of creatine load. So it is. And that loading also helps you retain fluid. And so there's a bunch of that's probably happening as well. So on Tuesday, I go back to a maintenance dose of that daily, and I'll see if some of that weight comes back off of me. Oh yes, getting my supplements in order. Tonight I'm going to go home and set them all up for tomorrow. And I'm concentrating on blood pressure supplements. Lutein for my eyes because of the very beginnings of cataracts. I'm taking better care of my eyes. Supplements that help with mood. And let's see here. Yeah, and with menopause, we need all the help we can get with mood. Or so my husband has assured me that I'm kind of snappish lately. And well, I just don't want to be. And so I have to get to deal with that. And for movement intentions, that's the exercise part. As it gets colder, I'll be out walking less with Gus. I know this about myself. If it gets snowy and miserable and windy and minus 30, I will not be out there, and I won't be making Gus do it either. So I'll be downstairs. And I did find a lovely channel called Midlife Shuffle Dancing, and it looked wonderful. And so I'm going to give that a go. It looks like I've done line dancing, and it included the Running Man in it, which is a part of this shuffle stuff. So I'm pretty sure that I can figure it out. And I went to joy movement, not just exercise. I find that when I'm doing plain exercise, the minutes take hours and it just drags along and gets so boring. And I find dancing to be such fun and joyous, and I can get a lot more of that done. Let's see here. I was thinking about videoing myself, but I wasn't so sure because although, as I mentioned in my first video, I am named Annette, and it does mean full of grace. I have been misnamed because I am not. I am kind of ungainly, and it takes me a bit to get some grace going. So there we go. And oh yeah, I'm going to be doing some weightlifting, getting some of that going to get the muscles building, because after age 30, we start losing our muscles per decade, X amount. I'll have to figure that out. But the kind of the fountain of youth for 50 plus is to keep your muscles going, and it keeps the calories burning, the metabolism going. And yeah, that's why I'm doing that. And for the creative growth intentions, I mentioned the guitar. Not planning on joining a band, just competing with myself and getting better with myself, and teaching Jasmine how to do it. We've got her in music lessons, and it would probably help her if I would also practice. So I will be doing that and helping her learn as well. She's been working on the guitar, piano, and drum. Next chord. And she had started on the ukulele and seemed to enjoy the violin there in the summer. So we'll get her going on that, and thus get me going on that. Now, progress is not perfection, but I'll certainly get better in time, right? And for my home and mental wellness intentions, my home is a cluttered mess. Owen and I when we got together, a decade ago, we got a huge house, 6 bedrooms, just a massive, gorgeous, fun house. And we had tons of space for all our stuff. So he had a full home of stuff. I had a full home of stuff, and it all moved into there. And we never did purge. Okay, we kind of procrastinated and put it off. And then we moved out to here, and it's a whole lot tinier. The kitchen is teeny tiny. We were tripping over each other in there. Just so much stuff everywhere. And it's giving me a migraine. So yeah, I'll be decluttering, repurposing. I think I kind of frozen in indecision because I'm not sure exactly what to do with it all, because it's not bad stuff, right? Where do I send it? Who do I give it to? I'll have to figure something out there, but I'm going to be getting after it. And I've been watching some stuff on Swedish death cleansing, because I know that I don't want my kids to have to deal with 20,000 boxes and bags of stuff that we never did get rid of, because that is the future of whoever looks after the belongings of my parents. That's going to be something, because they've kept everything for forever. And yeah, I will not do that to my kids. And I don't want to live in a house like that either. So that's this winter's project I'm going to be starting this week. It also includes going through the garages, the workshops, and just finding everything, because we have so much, but then we try to locate a certain tool or a certain item, and we just can never find it. And we know we have it, but we can't find it. And then you end up buying another one, and there we go. We add to the problem. As far as doing intentions, it's not about being perfect. It's about having a direction and heading in a direction and working towards something. I invite you to set down your own intentions, even one for this week, as to what you're going to do to help yourself. We can rebuild at any age. Healing is allowed at any age, and joy is allowed at any age, even if we're 60 and above. And again, my intention is to work on the parent estrangement video that's coming up this Thursday. It's going to be a tough one for me. I can go down rabbit holes of stories and get lost, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to keep it a little bit more concise, if you know what I mean. Thanks for spending this time with me today. Setting intentions keeps my life moving forward, especially when things feel heavy, like during doing this estrangement stuff. If you're on your own journey of rebuilding, reclaiming your health, healing from family stuff, or just trying to create a good life after 60, you're in the right place. Make sure to hit subscribe and join me on Thursday for my next video. And why sometimes peace requires distance, even from the people who raised us, or accepting the decisions they have made in kind of punting me out of their life. You kind of got to accept what happened, and that's what I'm going to talk about on Thursday. Drop your intention. We're doing this together. Carpe Omnia, seize everything, and see you soon.